Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your #1 source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Border Patrol in the Triangle. Uncertainty today after agents made arrests in several communities. What we're still trying to learn about this operation.
And this morning, a few isolated showers. Nothing that's going to cause you a lot of issues, but we do have several more chances for rain in our forecast. I'll show you when.
Social media crackdown. Wake County Schools is considering new restrictions for students. The changes, they say, are aimed at cutting down distractions. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. Don't get too distracted scrolling through your social media or emails right now. We have a lot of news to get to. It is time to focus. Thanks for joining us. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Chris Levingood. Locked in, I think is what the kids say. So we're going to lock in right now with Elizabeth Gardner. In terms of what you're looking at right now, I mean, weather-wise, we just up and down on the roller coaster. It keeps on going.
It definitely does. And that's normal for this time of year. We have a front that's nearby. We have a warm front that's actually up into Virginia. And just south of it, a few light showers rolled through overnight last night. For the most part, those are working their way out of here, and it's all been very light. A little sprinkle up around Henderson right now. We had some showers in the Triangle. Those are starting to move eastward. Wilson seen a little bit of a shower and down toward Wayne County as well. But not much rain out there for us this morning, and it ends fast. By lunchtime, we're seeing sunshine and a nice warm day. This is Chapel Hill from Top of the Hill Restaurant, and you can tell that Franklin Street is a little bit damp. They had a shower roll through there. 54 is our temperature in the Triangle, and we have a southwesterly wind. A southwesterly wind is going to keep things nice and mild for today. As a matter of fact, it's a lot warmer this morning than yesterday. Temperatures are in the low to mid 50s, and we'll climb into the low 70s this afternoon. All right, it's Wednesday. Saturday is around the corner. We still have a chance for some showers. I'll let you know if that could affect your weekend plans. Ken?
Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're starting in that southern loop of the Beltline, I-40 and Lake Wheeler Road. These are the westbound lanes moving away from us. You can see traffic is filling up just a little bit, but that westbound lane moving nicely at a nice steady clip. Really and truly, very little to no delays of any of the major routes heading into Raleigh this morning, short of a 1-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest and US 1. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
This morning, questions remain and anger is growing over Border Patrol operations happening right here in the Triangle.
Agents have been spotted in communities including Raleigh, Durham, Morrisville, and Fuquay-Varina. This morning, we're still trying to learn how many people have been arrested as part of these operations. Local leaders say they still don't know how long Border Patrol will be in our area. These operations and arrests have been sparking protests in the Triangle. Last night, there was a large protest in downtown Raleigh. No arrests were made there.
And so we have team coverage on this story this morning on the operation in the Triangle. Let's go ahead and start with WRAL's Ali Kadlabar in Raleigh. Ali, we have been watching very closely to see how these operations have been unfolding.
And there's a lot of uncertainty this morning today in Raleigh after a day of Border Patrol operations in the city and a night of protesters gathering right here in downtown Raleigh to express their concerns. Now, this video shared with us shows Border Patrol agents in Raleigh. Now, their presence in the community prompted a protest downtown. Less than 12 hours ago, nearly 300 people marched about a half mile from Moore Square to the Capitol. They carried signs and chanted, demanding Border Patrol agents to leave their community. North Carolina Congressman Tim Moore pushed back on the protesters' narrative, saying immigration agents have a job to do. Some people at the protest last night say they called out from work yesterday because they were worried about being profiled.
As a U.S. citizen, I'm also scared because, just because the color of your skin, they want to say you're not from here.
What I've been told by the folks with the agencies is that they are looking for repeat criminals, those who have criminal records that they've gotten while they're here, those who have been deported before and then come back.
And we're working to find out how many arrests or how many people were taken into custody here in Raleigh yesterday. We're also working to find out if these Border Patrol agents are in the city today. We're keeping you updated. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
And other local leaders are responding to the arrival of Border Patrol in the Triangle. For example, Raleigh Mayor Janet Cowell addressed the Border Patrol presence in the city at the council meeting yesterday.
If you feel unsafe or you see something that you think is illegal, to please call the Raleigh Police Department or your local jurisdiction, and just be particularly kind to your neighbors today.
Cowell urges people who are exercising their First Amendment rights to do so lawfully and peacefully.
Meanwhile, in Durham, Chris, city leaders say at least 20 immigration raids took place in a 24-hour period. WRAL's Laura Levine is live in Durham for us this morning. Laura, we're still trying to get information from Homeland Security about the number of arrests so far.
Renee, good morning. Border Patrol agents have been spotted here in Durham outside of businesses and neighborhoods and even at the parking lot of a child care facility. Now, County Commissioner Nita Alum, she says that she can report at least 4 people being detained here in Durham. However, we are working to get updated numbers from the Department of Homeland Security this morning. Now, County Commissioner Nita Alum, she did capture this moment that you're looking at here, where agents were approaching a group of people and then later took them into custody outside of a beauty supply. A city and county leaders say Durham has seen serious drops in school attendance and businesses closed that are normally open, and people not showing up to work by choice or because they were told not to. Another video here shows a resident trying to stop agents in a Durham neighborhood for questioning someone there. Now, we spoke with the regional director of All My Children Child Care, who says that they went into lockdown after seeing agents in their parking lot.
It's really sad that our kids can't go to school freely, learn freely, and love on each other friends freely. And the school that we run, they're preschool. They're younger than preschool. They're infants.
And we have been hearing from so many county and city leaders at this point. Even the mayor of Durham, he said that he is proud of the organizations coming together to protect the immigrant community during this time of uncertainty. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Durham.
WRAL asked officials at the Durham News Conference what happens next if someone is detained. We were told their information is uploaded onto the Immigration and Customs Enforcement database. No other information was provided. WRAL will keep pushing for answers and bring them to you when we get them.
Oxford Mayor Guillermo Nurse says the immigration crackdown is distressing to him as a Latino and a Navy veteran. He said, quote, "This is not the America I served. This is not the America I swore to defend." For nearly 30 years, both political parties have fallen short on real immigration reform. He also went on to say, quote, "The very community that powers America is being treated with fear, confusion, and a lack of humanity." He also called on Congress and the president to take action. And as we follow this developing story about Border Patrol operations here locally, download the WRAL News app and be sure to turn on push notifications for up-to-the-minute information. We'll be following this story closely throughout the day on WRAL, and you can look for updates on our evening newscast starting at 4 p.m.
A teenager in Fayetteville was hurt in a shooting overnight. The WRAL breaking news tracker was at the scene of Winlock Drive. This was just before 11 p.m. Evidence markers were seen along the road. An officer on scene told us that there were bullet holes in a parked SUV. We are trying to learn specifics about the teen's condition.
Also in Cumberland County, Renee, the sheriff's office is investigating after a man was injured in a different shooting. Deputies were seen this morning at the roadside inn on Eastern Boulevard. That's near Gillespie Street, if you're familiar, just outside Fayetteville. It's not clear, though, if the shooting happened at the motel or near it, or if the person shot was a guest there. But deputies say the man was taken to the hospital. WRAL is still trying to find out what led up to that shooting.
A live look at the White House this morning, where a bill is headed to President Trump's desk that would force the DOJ to release the files in the Jeffrey Epstein case. The bill cleared the House in a near unanimous vote before it cleared a unanimous vote in the Senate. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer put forth that motion, and Schumer is now pushing for the release of all of the documents. House Speaker Mike Johnson had previously expressed concerns over the bill before it was passed and said it needed changes in the Senate.
I'm deeply disappointed in this outcome. I think I've been at the state dinner. I don't know. I was just told that Chuck Schumer rushed it to the floor and put it out there preemptively. It needed amendments. I just spoke to the president about that. We'll see what happens.
We Democrats, I just had a meeting of 10 of my colleagues, are going to do everything we can to make sure all of it comes to light, and they don't hide evidence against anyone who might be incriminated by these documents.
The president has promised to sign the bill. Now, it's worth noting, if Trump changes his mind and vetoes the bill, a 2/3 majority vote in both chambers would be needed to override his veto.
Wake County school leaders are considering new technology and social media restrictions. This is one of many new restrictions the school system is proposing at today's school board policy meeting. The new proposal bans students and employees from making videos, photos, or other recordings of each other without permission. The proposal would also restrict the use of social media and private hotspot use. WRAL education insider Emily Walkenhorst says these changes are part of the board's effort to crack down on distractions.
The school board passed a cell phone policy earlier this year, basically saying cell phones are distracting. They're not good for the learning environment. So there's some things in this technology policy that kind of mirror that thinking.
She also says it's unclear how all of these policies would be enforced, but punishments could be, it could be suspension if the violation is severe enough.
Some Wake County students will also be heading to a different school next school year. The school board approved a new reassignment plan last night. 15 schools will be affected. The change is meant to fill up a new Wake County school next year and to reduce overcrowding at other schools.
Happening today, First Lady Melania Trump and Second Lady Usha Vance will be in North Carolina. They're headed to Camp Lejeune to spend time with members of the military. The goal of the visit is to show appreciation for the people who serve our country, especially during this holiday season.
Calls for transparency. Leaders in the Charlotte area are taking action as Border Patrol conducts operations there. How they say they are supporting the immigrant community.
And redistricting fight. A critical state in the push to redraw congressional maps across the country is hitting a legal snag. Why a federal judge is trying to put a stop to it.
And we have gray skies this morning and a little bit of light patchy rain. I'll show you who may still see some during the morning commute, but why it's probably not going to cause a lot of issues.
And here's a look at your winning Mega Millions numbers. We have 5, 10, 23, 27, 30. The gold Mega Ball is 10.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14, a little band of showers rolling across our area this morning. You can see it's very light and patchy, and it's on its way out. It's not something that's going to cause any heavy downpours during the morning commute. You can see that chance really tapers off in the next hour or so. By lunchtime, the sunshine returns, and we're going to see a nice afternoon. We have a southwesterly flow warming us up this morning, and it warms our temperatures this afternoon as well. And Chapel Hill, as we take a live look from Top of the Hill restaurant, you can see Franklin Street is a little bit damp this morning. That's about all you're going to see in terms of the rain that we saw last night. Temperatures are in the low to mid 50s for the most part this morning, so it's nice and mild. You know, light jacket at the bus stop this morning. Sunshine this afternoon with low 70s. I know I'm thinking about Saturday and the Raleigh Christmas Parade. We have some showers in our forecast. I'll walk you through what we think is the timeline. Ken?
Right there with you, Elizabeth. Weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Quiet in Raleigh and Durham right now, but boy, we got a situation brewing right here in western Wake County, right near the Wake County, Chatham County line. There's a crash involving an overturned vehicle. Highway 64 westbound near Goodwin Road. You can see purple on the map. That means that road is completely shut down at this point. We have a crew on the way to that scene, and we'll give you an update as soon as we get eyes on it. But I'll tell you, if this is part of your morning commute heading west away from the Raleigh-Wake County area, your best bet this morning is to use US 1 to avoid what's happening on Highway 64.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, Russia carried out a massive attack overnight in Ukraine, killing at least 16 people and injuring dozens more. In response, we've learned NATO scrambled fighter jets in Polish and Romanian airspace. The Russian attack focused on western areas of Ukraine, which lie close to the borders of Romania and Poland. Romania's defense ministry said a Russian drone was detected there. NATO allies have increasingly scrambled fighter jets in recent months during Russian attacks on Ukraine, or when stray Russian drones or warplanes have either stayed too close or near their borders.
Officials in the Charlotte area are supporting immigrant communities as Border Patrol operations are happening there. Mecklenburg County commissioners have passed a resolution calling for transparency from federal agencies. They want to know who was taken into custody and under what legal authority, among other things. This is happening as one commissioner calls on the Border Patrol to leave.
Earlier tonight, one of the speakers said that our resolution didn't really touch on asking ICE to leave our city, so I'll say it. Get out. Border Patrol, ask for you. We didn't want you. Your hurting families, you're hurting education, you're hurting our children. Get out, Border Patrol. Thank you.
The resolution also calls for federal agents operating in the county to wear body cameras and visible identification.
President Trump is taking steps to solidify the United States' relationship with Saudi Arabia. The president hosted the Saudi Crown Prince at the White House yesterday. The two discussed military defense, AI, and nuclear technology. And during a black tie dinner last night, Trump announced moves aimed at deepening America's military partnership with Saudi Arabia.
We're taking our military cooperation to even greater heights by formally designating Saudi Arabia as a major non-NATO ally, which is something that is very important to them.
This is Mohammed bin Salman's first visit since the murder of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The CIA says Khashoggi was assassinated at the Saudi consulate in Turkey back in 2018 under the order of the Saudi Crown Prince. A federal court has ruled that Texas cannot use its newly drawn congressional map next year. This is the same map that sparked a nationwide effort from other states to redraw their own maps, including North Carolina. The court said challengers would likely be able to prove that the map was drawn through racial gerrymandering, which is unconstitutional. Texas Republicans approved the map earlier this year. It would have given the GOP an extra 5 seats in the U.S. House. Now, Texas is being told to use its previous map that was drawn in 2021. This ruling is likely to be appealed.
North Carolina DOT teams are already preparing for winter weather. Teams held an event yesterday to discuss the strategies for treating the roads and managing snow and ice. Right now, they're already making brine and getting equipment ready. Actually, our WRAL severe weather team is ready to roll out our winter weather predictions. You can watch it Monday night, and that is on WRAL News at 6 o'clock.
And last winter, I believe, Elizabeth, we finally broke our snow drought, right? We got significant snow in the Triangle, so that was a nice winter.
It was very exciting. Yes. We had almost 5 inches, and I can't give it away. You have to watch on Monday, but we'll talk about what's different this year and how much snow we think we would get. And I promise you, it's not wish casting, because if it was wish casting, the forecast would be another 20 inches, like we saw in 2000. But it's not. All right. So we do have a few light showers that are showing up on the radar this morning. A few places you might run into some damp streets or wet streets, but not much rain falling right now, and we're not likely to see much that's heavy out there. This is a look at Pittsboro, and you can see we had a shower roll through here, so the streets are wet. And this is from McDougal Restaurant. We appreciate them allowing us to put a camera there. And we're looking at just a little bit of light rain to the south of a warm front this morning. Watch how that dissipates very quickly, really in the next 30 minutes or so probably. And then the sunshine returns around mid to late morning, and it's going to be a really nice day. It's a lot warmer than it was yesterday already. We check out Friday, and we're watching the potential for some showers to roll in, especially late in the day. This is 11 p.m., so Friday night we may see a little patchy rain. The big question is, are we going to see rain during the Christmas parade? Our coverage begins at 9. At 9:30, the parade starts, and yeah, there's some rain showing up on the radar. During the parade, it's probably going to be light and patchy. Probably you're fine with an umbrella. But after lunchtime, we may have a round of some scattered thunderstorms. Right now, we wouldn't expect any of that to be severe, and then we look a little drier for Sunday. Christmas parade temperatures look fine. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s during the parade, but keep checking back, and we'll be watching those rain chances. Between now and Saturday, we have maybe a few hundredths of an inch of rain in the forecast. We look ahead to Thanksgiving. There'll be another cold front. If the front is to the west, we'll be warm and dry. If it's east, it'll be cooler and wetter. 8 more days, and so a lot will change with the timing of this, but we'll take a quick look at it. This is 7 o'clock on Wednesday, and Wednesday right now looking fairly dry. It'll all depend on the timing of that front, but this is a look at the front being to the east, and if it does that, then we'll have a better chance of some scattered showers. Definitely looks warm for us both Friday and Saturday. Highs near records, Ken.
All right, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. We're following some breaking news to the west of Raleigh this morning. Right now, Highway 64 westbound near Goodwin Road, there's an overturned vehicle causing quite a bit of delays. When you see purple on the map, that means that part of that road is shut down. So your best bet this morning was to use US 1 South as an alternate route. Back here in Raleigh, I-40 Lake Wheeler Road, traffic is definitely beginning to fill in on those westbound lanes, but moving at a nice steady clip. And we're seeing relatively little to no delays on all of our major routes heading into the Raleigh-Ray County area. You're getting ready to head into the Cartoonist in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Your time is 6:21. Thanksgiving meal deals. The holiday is almost here, in fact, and your grocery bill doesn't have to break the bank. Five on Your Side has 5 ways you can save.
Jobs on the way. A government-backed facility is headed to our area. Why the governor says this announcement will have global implications. A maker of rare earth magnets plans to create up to 1,000 jobs in Johnston County. Vulcan Elements is opening a $918 million manufacturing facility in Benson. This facility will be backed by the federal government, which sees Vulcan as key to strengthening the domestic supply chain for materials used in fighter jets, submarines, and all kinds of commercial products. It's likely going to be the largest facility of its kind in the U.S.
It will be the largest battery manufacturer outside of China in the world. This is important not only for economic development, it's important for national security, and we are so grateful that Vulcan Elements chose to call North Carolina home.
More construction will be completed in the next 12 months. The goal is to create 1,000 jobs by 2029.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
A sneak peek at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and another record for an NBA legend.
All right, let's bring in Ken Smith now for What's Trending.
Yeah, so let's start with those brand new floats that will be dotting the skyline there in New York, appearing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade for the first time. Macy's unveiling 7 floats featuring some of this year's biggest cultural phenomenons, including Labubu and the monster from Stranger Things.
You can watch the parade on Thanksgiving starting at 8:30, and you can watch on WRAL. That's how I'm going to be on Thanksgiving, that Demigorgon. Those mouths, just put the mac and cheese and turkey in front of me, and I'll just
eat food.
The operative word there, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
So LeBron James is trending this morning. He's making his debut last night with the Los Angeles Lakers, setting a record in the process. He's now starting his 23rd season in the NBA, making his debut back in 2003, going from high school right to the NBA.
I mean, he's 40 years old now, which is not old, but as an athlete, I guess you're pretty ancient, right? He missed the first 14 games. I mean, professional athlete.
Exactly.
I mean, that's why it's, noteworthy that he's still in the game, right?
LeBron James is on the line for you.
All right, thanks, Ken.
Ken, thanks.
All right, your time right now is 6:26.
Immigration operations. Border Patrol agents spotted across the triangle yesterday. What we know about their plans across our state today.
And social media restrictions. Wake County Schools is considering new policies today. How they plan to decrease distractions for students.
And we had some showers overnight. Still a little bit of lingering rain. I'll let you know when it finally all moves out of here.